Every teacher knows this feeling. You've taught a unit for 2 weeks, the discussions were lively, and the kids seemed perfectly dialed in. Then the unit test comes back, and a third of the class bombed a core concept you were completely certain they understood. This gap exists because most classrooms operate without a daily signal. Teaching without a daily check-in is like driving a car without a dashboard. You could be running low on gas or drifting off course, but you won't know until the car actually stops on the shoulder. To build that missing dashboard, you need an exit ticket. We call this the 2-minute fix. It costs almost nothing to start. You don't need a new curriculum, and you don't need to learn a complicated new software platform. All you really need is a stack of blank index cards. By catching student confusion on a daily basis, you address those small errors right away, before they turn into weeks of lost, unrecoverable instructional time. Let's look at how this works in practice. The physical routine happens at the very end of your class period, as students are getting ready to head out the door. Step 1 is writing the prompt. You need a single question tied directly to that specific day's learning objective. It needs to be narrow, concrete, and something a student can answer in 30 seconds or less. This diagram shows what to avoid and what to do instead. Notice the red "Did you understand the lesson?" at the top. If you ask that, kids will lie to save face. Instead, replace it with these green alternatives. Solve one specific problem. Explain step 2 in your own words, or rate your confidence on a scale of 1 to 4 and say why. Step 2 is the deployment. You stop instruction exactly 2 minutes before the bell rings, hand out the carts, and give them that single task. For this to work, you have to leave these tickets ungraded. They must remain completely low stakes. By taking the grade away, you give students a safe space to admit when they are lost. It becomes a quiet, daily practice in honesty and character formation. A scored unit test is a final verdict. An ungraded index card is a conversation. It normalizes confusion, so you can actually address it. Now, let's fast forward to your desk later that same afternoon. Step 3 is the sort. Don't overanalyze the answers. Just deal them out into 2 quick piles. Got it? And needs a nudge. This workflow relies on speed. You should be able to read and sort a class set of 30 cards in under 5 minutes. Step 4 is the fix itself. You take that needs a nudge pile and you fold 2 minutes of reteaching directly into Wednesday morning's warm-up activity. This flowchart shows why that immediate intervention works. On the left, if you wait 3 weeks for a unit test, the correction arrives too late. The student gets a bad grade and the material gets filed away. But look at the rapid loop on the right. If you catch the error the next morning, it gets fixed immediately. We do this because the learning window is still open. We're catching the misunderstanding before it has a chance to harden into permanent frustration. Small, cheap course corrections along the way will always outperform expensive interventions made after a unit is already ruined. When you zoom out from a single lesson and look at the macro timeline of the academic year, the timing of when you start this routine becomes critical. Here is a calendar of the first month of school. Step 5 is establishing the routine. Notice how these daily checkmarks quickly fill the month. You need to lock in this practice during those first few weeks of the fall. If you wait until October to start, the practice will feel like an intrusive administrative burden layered on top of routines that are already locked in. The danger of waiting is that missed misunderstandings compound. A single missed concept might lead to a bad quiz grade, but a semester's worth of them can turn a subject from a challenge into a source of permanent frustration for a student. Start early. Routines deployed at the beginning of the year quickly become invisible, frictionless components of your classroom culture. With an exit ticket routine in place, you finally have a reliable daily signal. You close the gap between simply delivering a lesson and ensuring your students actually learned it. For a Christian educator, this is a matter of stewardship. You have a finite amount of time entrusted to you with these kids, and this practice is a faithful way to honor that time. It isn't flashy. It won't show up on a highlight reel, but quiet, consistent daily discipline is what actually changes student outcomes. So grab a stack of blank cards right now, think about tomorrow's lesson, and write down your first 30-second prompt. Take 2 minutes at the end of class tomorrow. It's the easiest way to ensure you never have to face a deflating test day surprise ever again.